I'm live. I'm live. Oh, Nathan. Hey. Oh, excuse me. Now wait a second. Nathan is oh, okay. First, I saw a comment from Nathan, and then I saw on the thing that says 0 people are watching this right now. It's like Nathan is not a nobody. So now all of a sudden, okay, now I got 5 people. Cool. Woo. Ah, 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 ah. Vinyl emergency! Vinyl emergency! Ah! Yes, it's 12 noon. Yes. Oh, I see you went in early. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. All right, second. All right. Uh, I was just on a walk because I had to clear my mind. I had to figure out what the heck is going on. Uh, I have a vinyl emergency. I need my vinyl peeps to help me out here. No, it's not Zapper related. This is an equipment issue. Okay, it's an equipment issue. A Zappa issue? No, it's an equipment issue. And I'll be telling you all about it in just a couple of minutes. I want to get some people on the stream here, and I'm going to be inviting people to come on up as well. But it'd be fine if you guys just want to talk in the chat room. But let's see. Uh, I got 5 people here. I'm gonna play a little bit of music up the top of my head, and maybe we'll get some people on here. And let's see. Am I in tune here? Am I in tune? Come on. All right. No, I'm flat. Gonna do a drop E tuning. Okay. All right. Come on. Gee, oh, that stayed in tune. Man, I must have been banging on that low E string because it was flat, very flat. Yes. Okay. If you were on Rachel's stream and you just tuned in, I'll be talking about my predicament in just a few minutes. I just got to let off some steam here. I'm sloppy. I need to buy some new strings, but that's not what my emergency is today. I got an emergency. All right. I've been here for a few minutes, and 6 wonderful individuals have seen their way to put up with my horrible guitar playing. And join me for my vinyl emergency. I should text some people and let them know. Chill. This is not your problem, it's mine, but I appreciate you being here. You know what? I'm going to text somebody, let them know I'm live. Da, 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 da. Where is he? Here we go. Here we go. FYI, I just went live. Okay, we'll see if he gets this. He's in Wyoming, but hey, you never know. Okay. All right, we got some people here. We got 8 people here. Thank you all for being here. My name is Bill. You're watching Bill's Box of Sound. I appreciate you being here. If you like what you're watching, please hit the like button and subscribe if you like, and or better yet, go and watch some of my other videos after we're all done here today, and subscribe to the channel if you like the stuff. So here's what's going on. Late last night, I'm playing a record. Let's see, where is it? Oh, don't drop that, Bill. I'm playing this wonderful record, an OG copy of Grateful Dead's Wake of the Flood on Grateful Dead Records. Because I bought the Mobile Fidelity copy of it a few years ago, and it's, man, all of the treble just pumped up to the hilt on it. And I bought this OG, and man, it smokes the Mobile Fidelity version. It's so good. I really never heard Stella Blue and uh, Eyes of the World sound so good before. It's one of my favorite Grateful Dead studio albums, Wake of the Flood. Anyway, so very late at night. It's about 1 in the morning or something like that. And I go up to adjust something on the turntable. I've got a Technics SL1200 M3D, and I didn't touch the tone arm. I didn't touch the cartridge, and all of a sudden, the cartridge goes zooming across the vinyl. Thinking, what the fuck? What is that? What just happened? So I go to my queuing lever. I lift up the queuing lever, move the cartridge back to where it's supposed to be. I'm going to start this second track, put it down, skates across again. And then, what's going on here? My cartridge, it died. My cartridge, it died. I mean, the diamond didn't fall off the tip. It's like, let's see. It's like, say, here's the needle on the cartridge. Okay, so here's my hand, the bottom of the cartridge, needle sticking out, going onto the groove, and all of a sudden it just goes gone. It's just gone. So that's an emergency. You know, it's like something happened to your best friend. you you can relate, can't you? You can relate. Okay. Uh, the cartridge I'm talking about, I bought it in January of 2020. This is a Sumiko Blue Point #2. This is a wonderful sounding high output moving coil cartridge. This is one sweet, lovely, beautiful cartridge. Uh, Cost me about $450. Um, Man, just the numbers on here say a lot. I mean, frequency response 15 hertz to 32 kilohertz. I'm sorry, to 35 kilohertz. High output 2.5 millivolts, 32 dB channel separation, and it's got a nice elliptical diamond on it, but the numbers don't mean anything. It's all in the ears. It's nice. Now, as this is a moving coil cartridge, you may not know all about moving coil cartridges. Moving coil cartridges do not have replaceable styluses like you know, on a regular moving magnet cartridge. You can just pull the old stylus out, buy a new one, and pop a new one in. It's like I used to have the Ortofon Red, which is not a bad sounding cartridge for $100. or however it goes for. Ortofon Red is included on a lot of starter turntables, but I got a serious ass turntable. Anyway, back when I did have an Ortofon Red, I bought the replacement Ortofon Blue stylus because it's the same body for most of the Ortofon 2M cartridges. So you just yank off the red and put on the blue, and man, it's like I got a whole new stereo here. Those are nice. I've heard a lot of great things about the 2M bronze. It's worth the money. But anyway, hello, Miss You. I saw you on Rachel's live stream. So, yes, my cartridge died. Now, eventually, I'm gonna have to send this in to get it retipped, and that's gonna take a while. And it'll cost some money. And I got some money set aside. I can go out and buy a cartridge. I live in the Cleveland area. Um, let's see. Let's see what this person says here. It appears that the stylized suspension failed. Do you have an idea how many hours are on it? Well, hello, Greg. Thanks for your comment. I've had this since January of 2020, and I pretty much use this about between 2 and 3 hours a day. So, I mean, they say about 1,000 hours for a stylus. That's maybe like 3.5 years. But then there's some days that go by and I don't have the time to put on a record, or I'm listening to something digitally, or I'm watching vinyl community videos. But I am sending out my love and my request to you wonderful folks in the vinyl community that I've been a part of for so many years. I've been making YouTube videos since 2006. And I thought that this was a perfect opportunity to just feel the pulse of the vinyl community and find out what kind of cartridge should I get. Now, I'm lucky because with me having done live DJing in the past, I've got backups. I went and I pulled out this little thing here a few years ago, and they stopped doing it recently. Audio Technica, who makes some damn fine cartridges. Their American headquarters is in Stowe, Ohio, which is in close driving distance of my home. And between Thanksgiving and Christmas every year, they used to have their warehouse sale where you went into the Audio Technica US warehouse and they had a whole bunch of stuff very, very popularly priced. Okay. And here, look at this price, $20 for a brand new Audio Technica 1895 E cartridge, brand new, mounted on a cartridge head, and $20. This is a $50 cartridge, and it's already connected to the head shell. Lovely. So, you know, I bought several of these, and I bring them along with me. Sorry, I bring them along with me on DJ gigs because it's for the price of a cartridge, it's a really good sounding cartridge. I pulled out one of these and popped it on there last night. Just to finish listening to the side, I did not have a chance to align it. I'm probably going to do some alignment to this cartridge today, get it all set up and get it in the sweet spot for the interim between now and when I get another cartridge. And there's another good friend of mine, High Rant District. You've got a 1210 Mark II, and you use an ATVM 540ML. It's a moving magnet, runs $280. I enjoy it. Okay. That is a good suggestion. I will definitely take that into consideration. Let's see. Let me get a clean thing here. So let's go back to a high rant district here. That's a 540 ml VM 540 ml Audio Technica. I'm considering going to Audio Technica, but I was just on a walk here. Excuse me. Still recovering from my 2-mile walk. I walk every single day. Uh, so I'm thinking, yeah, I might go to an Audio Technica, but I'm thinking when I bought this Blue Point #2, I was this was uncharted territory for me when I first bought it, and it's like I was very satisfied with the results. I had done a lot of research on it, and very happy with the sound of it. But I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe I can go into something that I haven't had before. I've been thinking about maybe a Grado cartridge. I've been thinking about a Denon cartridge. Um, I've been even thinking about a Nagawaka, if that's how it's pronounced. Nagawaka sounds like something Fozzie Bear would say. Um, but Miss you, the reason that I walk more than anything else is for my blood sugar. I'm a type 1 diabetic, and I go out for about a 2.5 mile walk every single day. It does wonders for my blood sugar and also clears the head. I listen to podcasts, or if I'm in an unfamiliar area, I don't listen to anything. Never listen to music when I'm out there. Winston O'Boogie, do I have a specific budget? I'm talking about a couple $100, maybe a little bit more. Um, I've also been thinking of maybe going a little bit higher. Maybe going to one of those what are they? Soundstream cartridges that Letterman dude in New York. Soundsmith, that's it. Soundsmith cartridges. They're expensive those though. Those cartridges started about $700. Uh, so I don't know if I want to go into that. So um, maybe I should invite some people up. So let me grab a uh, a link here, and maybe I will invite somebody up. I'm going to put this in the chat room right there. If you think you can give me some good ideas as to where I should go with my cartridge, since my Blue Point #2 died last night. Let me see how close I can get this to the camera, and I'll show you exactly what happened. Yeah, just bam, just went like that. Man, that's very sad. Ugh. So, um, now, if you use that link to go online, uh, if you're watching me on YouTube, go to your tab that has YouTube on it and mute the sound, because the sound, my voice and whatever sound I have will be coming through the StreamYard tab on your browser. So, Three Dimensions, say, oh, your next will be a soundsmith. Okay, it matches well with your tone arm. My question to you, Three Dimensions, which let's see here. Greg, I'm sorry. Greg, I wanted to ask, have you ever heard anybody's soundsmith? Um, there's somebody I know uh, who lives in town. They've got a soundsmith cartridge, but then again, they've got a ridiculously expensive stereo system. I do not have a ridiculously expensive sound system. I have a ridiculously modest sound system. Let's see who we got here. We've got Hi Bill Joe from Jersey. I recently purchased an Audio Technica VM95 Shibata cartridge. Very happy with it. Okay. Ah, the Shibata stylus. For those of us who have been audiophiles for many, many, many years, the first time that you heard the word Shibata, and no, I'm not talking about the Steve Miller song. Shibata do ma 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 ma, Shibata do ma ma ma. Anyway, the first time we heard about the Shibata stylus, the Shibata tipped shaped stylus, was when this kind of stuff came out. Yes, the CD4 quadra disc, where you had to have a cartridge that would track up to 45,000 cycles per second because it basically turned your stereo into a like almost a hybrid FM radio. Stereo radio uh, works because of a subcarrier that you can't hear because it's way above your hearing range. And the subcarrier talks to the mono signal and it splits it up into stereo. So what they did is for quadraphonic records, they put left front and rear, right front and rear into the record groove, and then they put a subcarrier in with it. And if you had a cartridge that could read up to 45,000 cycles per second, that would go into your CD4 preamp and it would demodulate these things and you'd have discrete 4-channel quadraphonic sound. The setback of that is that the high end of CD4 records only went up to 15K and it sounded like bad FM radio. And if you didn't take pristine care of your records, after about 10 or 12 plays, your CD4 record started to wear out. So, uh, let's see here. You've got a 2M Black has a Shibata. Ooh, nice. And I like the Ortophons as well. As I stated a little bit earlier, when I went from an Ortophon Red to an Ortophon Blue, man, big difference. Okay. Uh-oh. I've been considering this one as well, Dr. Winston O'Boogie. Ortophon Moving Coil Quintet Red. Oof. Let's see. How much do one of those go for? Let's take a look here. Let's see. Ortophon Quintet MC Red. Oh, that's not bad. That is $360. Not a bad suggestion. I like that. That could very well be my next Ortophon. But I'm also you have a quintet mono. Oh, Jim, you probably how many turntables do you use, Jim? I know that you write the Record Collector News magazine. I got mine filed away. I'm on your mailing list. Thank you very much. Um, but I was up in Canada and visit. You got 2 turntables. Beautiful. I was up in Canada and visited uh, this guy. His name is Paul. He runs a shop by appointment only. It's attached to his house. And do I have his business card here? The place is called I'm a Vinyl Junkie. Let's see. I had his. Ah, here it is. Check this out. I'm a Vinyl Junkie. Now, that that logo, that illustration was done by the original bass player for the Kinks because when he retired, he moved to Canada and started doing graphic design. And he helped Paul with his logo. Um, if he would have had some t-shirts, I would have bought those. And this was the coolest record store in Ontario. It says, shop from my personal collection of over 40 years. It was very cool. So go to I'm a vinyl junkie with um, no punctuation .ca, and you'll be able to see his thing there. Oh, excuse me, I got a cough again. Excuse me. All right, another one. Bill K says, I'm still going through the tweaking of a used turntable, not sure as to what works best on my PL200 Panasonic. This is valuable stuff to learn. Yeah, people are always talking about records, they're talking about equipment too. And I've got a modest system, and I've got a Marantz amplifier, similar to what Rachel's Ghost has in her system. And um, I use an outboard preamp. I use a shit Manny, and I'm thinking of getting the Manny 2 because I've heard that as good as the Manny is, the Manny 2 is even better. And I also have a little shit Loki 4-band tone control that I use because every once in a while I'll get a record that I don't like the EQ on. So I'll turn it on and tweak the lows, highs, or mids, or whatever is deficient. Excuse me, and I'm make the record sound better. But that tone control does not go through my whole system. I usually use the sound direct and bypass the tone controls. I don't even use the loudness button. And I do a lot of listening through headphones as well because of my living conditions. I don't want to disturb other people in the house. And I've also got my stepdaughter and grandson living here. So when I'm listening to music late at night, I don't want them listening to uh, Broken Hearts Are Rascal by Frank Zappa. In the middle of the night, hearing, you're an asshole, right, you're an asshole, you're an asshole, yes, yes. But for those of you just joining us, my vinyl emergency is that last night, my Sumiko Blue Point #2 moving coil cartridge died on me. Now, I do have a backup. I have a Audio Technica 1895 with the green stylus that I'm using as a backup just to listen to records. But I was really, really, really happy with the sound of the Blue Point #2. Now, I am going to eventually send this baby off to get retipped. But in the meantime, I want to get myself a new decent sounding cartridge. And I'm getting some suggestions. Um, some people have been talking about some Audio Technicas. Uh, so far, suggested where to put my paper. My paper, where to put my paper? My paper, where to go? I had it in my hand. I'm just going crazy here. Ugh. Oh yeah, here it is. Um, Somebody suggested a VM 540 ml, also a VM 95 with the Shibata. VM 95, and you know, I wouldn't mind going to back to a moving magnet. But then somebody else said an Ortofon Quintet Red moving coil. So all of these so far are under $500. Does anybody have um experience with the Grado cartridges or the Nagwaka cartridges? I'm probably butchering the punctuation of that. And Joe says, I also use the Shitmani phono preamp and the CTH hybrid tube amp from them for that little bit of analog sound for my headphones. Very nice. Yeah, the people at Shit Electronics, they make some good shit for a good price. American designed. So that's my situation, boys and girls. Does anybody have anything else that they can tell me as to what to do here? Ah, yeah, I just cannot believe how this thing. I mean, it's trying to remember who said it. I think it was Greg. Who was it that said that? Hold on, I'm just going back here. Ah, yes, Greg from Three Dimensions of Music said the stylized suspension failed. So, and I listen to records about 2, 3 hours a day at least. Fred Dobbs says consider a Grado. The Grado is reasonably priced and fantastic. Okay. I am very much considering a Grado. One of the channels that I watch, Bob Bradley, he uses a Grado, as does his buddy Jeffrey Lee Puckett. And I have all all tech and all Grado. Now, all tech, what does that mean? I don't know what that means, Fred. All tech. Let's see. Rant says, unsure if Grados will hum on a Techniques deck. The motor is at the center, so that may be too close to the unshielded cartridge. Okay, that's a very good thing to consider. Um, because with the Sumiko Blue Point, I'm getting no hum from the motor. Um, I've also had some people explain to me in one way or another that the way that the Techniques 1200 M3D. Hold on a second. I am not going out to look at the Badger. I'm looking at my turntable right now. Let's see. Yeah. SL 1200 M3D is my turntable. And with the turntable on, and I can just crank the sucker up as much as possible, and I get no hum. I mean, if you go ridiculous with the volume control and you're listening in headphones, you can always eke out some sort of hum. I mean, and the hum will even go below the noise floor. You know, the hiss of the amplifier is above the hum. And it's like, if you move around some cables, you can usually reduce the hum a bit more. But I'm doing really good. And oh ho ho, here we go here. Let's catch up here. Let's see. If I remember, you have a great turntable. Does it have VTA adjustment for those cartridges you're thinking of buying? Yes, it does. The 1210 has a VTA adjustment right at the base of the tone arm. And oops. And you have 3 Techniques 1200 and all have Grado. Oh, Fred. You're giving me some very solid, convincing arguments. I like you already. Um, and I'm thinking of going to a local store today because they may have some Grados in stock. Um, Going to a place called the Vinyl Groove in Bedford, Ohio. It's on the east side of Cleveland, southeast side of Cleveland. Really nice used record shop, and the guy who runs it, David Wolf, he also repairs equipment, um, and he does great. And all right, I like this dialogue here. Rant says, from the spreadsheet, it looks like hum is an unlikely issue. Very good, guys. You're helping me out. I dig it. My wonderful siblings in the vinyl community. Whew. So, um, and Grados have a very good pedigree. So, you were all giving me a very good argument for the Grado. I like it. And with the Techniques, the wheel of steel, um, it's really nice that they have the universal head shell that you can just yank off the cartridge and put another one on. readjust your stylus force, and you're back up and running again. I also have here. I'm going to ask you folks a personal question, and this is mostly for you folks who have been vinyl lovers for a long time. Do you keep your old cartridges? Do you keep your old cartridges? Because right here on this stage, I think I bought this like wow, maybe 2006, 2007. This is a Stanton. Yes, indeed. It is a Stanton. Forget the model number. But the only reason I keep it is because I have two styli for it. I've got a 33 RPM and I also have a 78 RPM because whenever I have the need to play 78 RPM records, I've got a Stanton turntable. And I take the output of that and I put the 78 RPM stylus on it because the grooves on 78 RPM records are a little bit bigger. And if you use a regular everyday magnetic hi-fi 33 RPM cartridge, the it'll just go deep down in the groove. It'll ruin the record. It'll ruin your stylus. But so number one, you've got to have the right size needle for a 78 RPM record. Second of all, don't put it through a regular phono input because phono inputs, a phono preamp has a special equalization. It's the RIAA curve, Recording Industry Association of America equalization curve. It's got the the high end and the low end are equalized specifically so that you can fit more music into the groove, and then when you undo the equalization that goes onto the record, it comes back better sounding. That's why LPs sound so damn good. So you take the output of the 78 RPM turntable and just run it through a straight preamp, no equalization. And you'd be surprised how good old 78 RPM records sound. Now, let's catch up with the chats, shall we? Let's see. Well, just want to let you know, Kevin, the badger is at bay. So I'm going to feed it some Old Bay and it'll die. Joe Ike says, I'm currently using 2-inch turntables, a Philips 212 and a Lenco L85. Oh, beautiful. And they came with a Stanton cartridge, and Lenco had Shure. Oh, those old Shure cartridges. I'm so sad that Shure stopped making cartridges. They better never stop making microphones, I'll tell you that much. But I don't have a Shure microphone here. This is a Heil microphone. And Dr. Winston say, I'm running an 1895 EX Paratrace moving magnet, and it sounds fantastic. I do not doubt that for 1 second. I believe that Audio-Technica cartridges give you the most bang for your buck. If you want to get into hi-fi and you're getting your first turntable and the cartridge is optional, getting an Audio-Technica to start with is a great idea. They don't make crap. So what were you saying here? Da, 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 da. I was asking if people keep their old cartridges, but Fred's friend, your friend brother Brian keeps all of his. Well, okay, I have heard of brother Brian, and that's about all I'm going to say about it. And you also say, I have an old Sylvania Cobra turntable that you play 45s on. It's an old Shure. Nice. that old kind of like light blue green mauve stylus with the real small cantilever on it. Those are pretty cool. Yeah, he says I had an 1895 EX and loved it. Hmm. So right now, I'm leaning towards looking into a Grado. I might go and purchase it at a store today. I might buy it. Uh, I might buy it online. I might go to Acoustic Sounds. Might go to Grado's source. I may even wait until Monday and call Acoustic Sounds and see if I can get somebody on the line to help me out. Um, because they do have some audiophile experts, on the premises there in Kansas who can help you out with some stuff. And so let's see. Yeah, I've had a Stanton. I've had Audio Technicas. I've had Ortophons. I got the Sumiko, which I just had here. Um, and let's see, way back in the day, I had a Pickering cartridge. Oh, don't you just love those old Pickering cartridges? Pickering cartridges had a little brush that protruded out from the beginning, from the front of the cartridge, and actually cleaned the grooves before you played it. So that was always nice. I'm surprised that that didn't catch on. I know that a lot of the Stantons, they had those little, uh, way back in the day, they had a brush protruding out of the front of the cartridge. And, more conversation here. Um, Winston says, Fred, this one is specially customized with a Paratrace stylus. Not cheap, but the results are fantastic. Wow, nice. So that's the AT95X Paratrace. Yeah, I've heard of people buying third-party styluses and putting them on cartridges as well. Um, a friend of mine who is blind, uh, he was talking about having problems with his AT60 turntable. And, I told him that I could help him, install a stylus, so I got a third-party stylus, I believe it was from Turntable Lab, and went over to his house and installed it for him, and he started listening to records again, and this guy is very cool. If you wanna talk to somebody about music and get a whole new appreciation for it, talk to a blind person who loves music, like, especially prog music. Uh, the, it'll open up your perception of music. So, any other opinions, dissensions? So, one more time, if anybody wants to come up on here, anybody that I know, if you want to come up and talk about this with me, let me know. Let's see here. Says, do you find that the moving coil cartridge makes surface noise less prominent when you're listening via headphones? Um, no, it just like any other cartridge, it depends on the record. Um, some records more than others have more surface noise, but you know that listening to records. But like when I get one of these new ones, it's made at QRP or RTI, and I put the stylus down, silence. I hear the thump of the stylus hitting the groove and silence. But if it's an older record, you're gonna hear that. And then once it goes off of the ridge at the edge of the record, starts getting to that, it gets quieter and quieter, and then your music begins. It's I'm pretty sure that that's the way it is with everybody. You would come up, but you got a fever. Oh dear. Sorry to hear that, doctor. Dr. Winston O. Boogie, definitely a John Lennon fan. I've seen your moniker on other live streams as well, including Rachel's and stuff like that. So I'm probably going to be up here for about 15 more minutes. What kind of styluses, if you haven't already chimed in with what kind of stylus or cartridge you have on your turntable, why don't we just chime in? Who has what? I know that we've talked about people who've got some Ortofon bronze, some Ortofon black, and I gotta admit the Ortofon Quintet moving coil cartridges are very, very, very tempting. Joe says, I've had some pretty good luck with the Quiet EX vinyl formulation from the 80s. Oh, the Quiex vinyl. Okay. Particularly on the Night Fly by Donald Fagen. And I believe I've got a couple other ones. And you know what? Um, here's something cool. And Kevin, if you're watching, you'll recognize this Prince record, Prince Love Sexy. Okay. So I was putting this record into Discogs, and there's a little note on there that says that the LP of Love Sexy by Prince says that because of some sort of production thing or whatever, some copies of Prince Love Sexy are a translucent brown color. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, translucent brown? What's going on here? So let's see. Let me just grab this and turn it on here. I'm going to blind all of you. And let's see if we can do this here. See that? See how that shines through? That tells me that this is a like some kind of a super vinyl or maybe a Quiex type of vinyl. So that's not your regular old black vinyl there, folks. Check that out. I did not know that. So Discogs, use it, people. That was very cool to me. And even though this record does have a lot of little scratches on it, it cleaned up very well. Very little overt clicking and cracking on this. Just so happy to get the Prince Love Sexy album on vinyl because there were so few made. I see that they're re-releasing the Prince's Hits 1 and Hits 2 on black and also on what they call milky white of vinyl. Let's see here. Winston say, I have visited a few studios, and when they use a turntable for listening, it's nearly always an Ortofon. Probably because Ortofon makes cutting styli. They make the styluses that cut to the actual lacquer. Ah, yes, Synchronicity by the Police. That's another one. As a matter of fact, let me pull out my copy of Synchronicity. I think it is. Let's see, where's the police? Police. There's Iggy Pop, Jean-Luc Ponty, Robert Pollard. Here we go. All right, let's find out. The Police, Synchronicity. Got it right here. So let's turn this little light on again. Check this out. And let's find out real quick. Ho, 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 ho! There it is, that Quiex vinyl. It looks pretty much the same as the Love Sexy does. Love Sexy has a little bit more of a brownish twinge to it, but yep, it comes through. Yes, stupid vinyl tricks right here on Bill's Box of Sound. No, if you're not a subscriber already, wouldn't that be a reason right there? Oh, please subscribe to my channel. Hit like for this video. And if you're watching the playback, do it, do it. Yeah, yeah, do it, do it. Quiex vinyl for everybody. No extra charge right here on Bill's Box of Sound. So, once again, if there's anybody here who is tuning in and they don't know what's the emergency, the emergency is late last night, my moving coil Sumiko Blue Point #2 cartridge died on me. The support for the cantilever just killed it. And I've got my backup Audio Technica cartridge right here that I'm going to be using once I get this aligned. But yes, Joe Ike, you are very correct. It says here, check your REM albums, and it's and make sure that they are OG REM albums on the IRS label. Those are the ones. And it says, Bill, come on up on Rachel's Ghost sometime. Well, I would like to be on Rachel's Ghost more. I'll explain why I don't go up in a moment, and it's nothing personal. But let's see if I got any OG REM records here. REM. Let's see, the P Q R. Let's see. Let's see, Rage Against the Machine. Rare Earth, or do I have it at the beginning of the R's? I got it at the beginning of the R's because of the capital letters. All right, I got 1, 2. I've got 2 of my REMs ROGs. Okay, on the IRS label. So let's check them out and see if they are Quiex vinyl. So to finish what I was saying before, to those of you who just got into the stream, my cartridge died, and I'm taking suggestions for a new phono cartridge. Right now, the front runner is a Grado. I may be picking up a Grado cartridge. And I'm also considering a Denon or a Nagaoka. But the reason that I don't pop up on Rachel's streams that often is because her streams are in the morning. They start about 9 a.m. Eastern time, which is where I am. I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, and around the time that she does her streams, I am getting my daily medications because I'm an old man. Eating my breakfast and then going on my walk to help with my blood sugar. So by the time I come back, her stream is almost over, and they're already deep into some other topic, which I really don't have anything to contribute to. But mark my words, I'm going to be coming up on Rachel's streams and saying hi to all you wonderful folks soon. All right. Enough of your yakking, Bill. Show us the Quiex vinyl. All right. This is a copy of Reconstruction of the Fables, or Fables of the Reconstruction, depending on how you look at it. An album by REM on the IRS label. Let's take a look at it and see. Uh-oh. Nope, not a Quiex vinyl. That does not show through. Nope. Not a Quiex vinyl. Bad. Smash that record. No, it sounds good. Let's see. Oh yeah, you're in the You're in the UK. Yeah, I can see that. It's about 6 hours difference for you. Um, you're it's about 6 hours difference for you, and it's I don't know if I think Germany is like what 1 hour later than you in time zones. Not completely too sure. All right, let's check my other REM album. We got Life's Rich Pageant. Let's see. Let's see. Oh. Oh, coming up in just a few minutes. Check your copy of Residue by The Residents. Okay, I will do that because I got that. You know I got that. All right. We're having more fun, aren't we? All right. Here it comes. Now, Life's Rich Pageant by REM. Okay. Let's take the old bright light, put it behind it, and what we got? I feel like Yukon Cornelius on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Nothing. Nope. Okay. All right. Also, take a look at this. I do this with my records. Look at this. Off-center pressing. Center hole adjustment necessary. Usually when that happens, I get another record, but that was used. Okay. Time to check my Residence records. Residue. Let's see. Da-da-da-dum. Where's Residue? I know I got it here. American Composer Series. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here we go. Residue by The Residents. This is one of my Residents records that didn't get water damaged when I was moving from place to place. All right. Let's pull this out. All right. Residue of The Residents. Here we go. Nope. This one's as black can be. If Spinal Tap were asking what color this would be, they would say none more black. Your lunch break's over, Joe. Thank you very much. Appreciate your help, your contributions, your suggestions. Let's see. You also want me to try American Composer Series. Okay, Zeb, I'll bite. Let's pull out. George and James. Water damage. But this is a original. This is the first pressing. Lots of my Residence records are first pressing. I was deep into them for a while. All right, so let's pull out this George and James by The Residents. And take a look at this. And I think you're going to be disappointed because nope. None more black. None more black. So one more of these, and then we're going to get ready to close up shop. You see, my streams usually don't last much more than an hour. One time when I had an auction, it went for like 2.5 hours. It was great. But for me, 1 hour is a good time for a live stream. So let's pull out one more. We've got one more Residence record. Also, water damaged on the bottom. The Residence, Stars and Hank Forever. So it's volume 2 in the American Composer series. And this is a first pressing. Let's take a look as to what this is. Nope. None more black. So I don't know what pressing plant you got yours from, but those are all solid black records. What's my favorite band? Well, my favorite artist is Frank Zappa. My favorite band, it changes from day to day, but it's got to be between Devo, Steely Dan, XTC, Primus. I like this. None More Black is a great band. There is a band called None More Black. I got to seek them out because that's a Spinal Tap joke. But yeah, I'm deeply into XTC, Devo, The Residents, Frank Zappa, especially Primus. Love them, love them, love them. I love Cake. Uh, but that's about it. But yeah, Dr. Winston, if you are not familiar with my channel and you're into Frank Zappa, you got a lot of stuff to check out. So, all right, we're going to be winding this down here. So, a recap. What have we learned here today, children? We have learned that cartridges do not last forever. Bought this in January of 2020. And last night, at the very beginning of October 2022, the stylus goes kaput. And it's always good to have a backup. So I'm going to eventually send my moving coil cartridge back to Sumiko to get it retipped. And I'm thinking very, very seriously of getting a Grado cartridge. I'm about 90% with the Grado right now. But I wouldn't mind getting one of those Denon 103s. I've heard a lot of good things of those. Wait, you sort of sang a duet with Amit Zappa? Okay. Well, that's a story for another time. Oh, and by the way, recently I had an hour and a half interview discussion chat with Joe Travers, the Vaultmeister. So, Winston, you will definitely be interested in that if you haven't already seen it. So, that's about it. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon here in Cleveland. I got stuff to take care of because the missus demands my presence for the Ohio State game, and they're playing Rutgers today. I'm pretty darn sure. Let's see. Yep, they're playing Rutgers at 3:30, and I got some stuff to take care of. So, I appreciate everybody who came on to the stream today. Much love to all of you. I had a great time. Hope you did too. Go listen to a record. Take care of your cartridge. Take care of your stylus, and it will take care of you. Have an awesome day. I'm out.